From that day, lost my two graduates. I just gave up everything. Everything. Police, everybody. Don't fuck about nobody. It's gangs, I got into serious shit. Bro, you hear about people coming to me on lorries. I had to leave on a lorry. 16 years old. Man got born in my town, I'm barred rename. I had to ghost. So I would go jail, or go live the rest of my life wherever I'm gonna live. But they were shooting up from that out in Spain. People got licked out. They sweep the whole circle. Just remember, karma's a bitch. Everything we do in life, yeah, what you're not meant to do, that's gonna come back on me. I said to me, never walk again. The man was like, with the shoot that happened. Didn't lick me. The way I landed, bust me back, and I broke my back. Got a flight back to Liverpool. So I got to Liverpool airport. And our police department didn't wait. Hey, when I got locked up in Spain, I lost everything. We lost about 3.5 mil. Boat, the yard, cars, everything. So when they lock you now, when you got Interpol locking, they're taking everything. Do you understand? They're taking everything. So you know what? Don't bro. Lost so much things, lost fucking half my life. You get murdered, fucking people want to murder me, to murder people. You know what I mean? It's some serious shit, bro. I tell you, if you're selling drugs and just, yo, you got consequences in this shit. You're not bad, man, you got consequences in this shit. You know, somebody bad in you. You know, somebody bigger than you. You know, you're wanting your shit or wanting your space or your spot. You're gonna fend for that thing.
People, welcome back to Care TV. Today, delighted to have another great guest, someone who's been on an unbelievable journey. Today, delighted to be in Nottingham with Aaron Jones, aka Shabba. So, Shabba, how you doing, brother?
Well, good for that, thank you.
Thank you very much for the opportunity and thanks for reaching out. I couldn't believe the story and the journey you've been on, and so yeah, it's a privilege to come up here and have you share it with us.
Bless you, bro.
So let's go back to the start of your journey. Have you always grew up in Nottingham area?
Yeah, I grew up in Nottingham from there. I'm born in Nottingham. Yeah, I grew up in Nottingham to the age of about 16. I left the country. But from 13 years old, that's where my shit started. That's when it all started.
What, in the streets that started with you?
Yeah, I lost my two virgins. My two good friends who died right beside me. In a car crash. Listen, we're doing our little bits and bobs. 13. Virgin was 14. I was 16. I was the driver. It's a lot burden on my head for my two virgins dying. You see me? So from that day, lost my two virgins. I just gave up everything. Everything. Police, everybody. Don't fuck about nobody. From then, that's where my life started to change drastically.
Yeah, I can imagine. So you're carrying a burden, obviously, of him,
man.
And whatever path you might be on as a teenager, it sent you sideways.
To this day right now, I'm still carrying that. That's some serious shit. Like, that's when it all started going west. That's when I started getting into gangs. That's when I started doing my shit. Remember, I've got 2 cases on my criminal record, 2 murders, and I started at the age of 13. That's a big thing to hold on your head from your kid. Yeah. Back in the day, we didn't have no support for that. There's left you to do what you're doing. Some serious shit.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, you get support for them thing there. Back in the 90s, you don't get that thing. You have to carry on doing what we're doing. Serious shit. So I got into crime, I got into gangs, I got into serious shit. Yeah. I'm not no follower, I'm a leader. You understand? So we're leading, follow me. Like, yeah, man. I wish that I know when to go through that shit. That's what folks about. I need them know, yo, some serious shit. When it be that G, some wicked consequences come with it.
100%.
Wicked consequences. I tell you, in time you might look, you're gonna realize, wow, forget fucking want to be that G. Real talk.
To read the book instead.
I realize all around this world, man, it's like age about 16 for my 2 guys in died when I was 13. 3 years on the road doing my thing. See what time 16. Bro, you hear about people coming to me on lorries. I had to leave on a lorry. 16 years old. Man got born in my town, I'm barred my name. Like, yo, why? Well, barred my name. I had to ghost. So I would go jail, or go live the rest of my life wherever I'm gonna live, different country. I had to do that, bro. It's not like you can come home to your mum and say, "Oh, I'm hungry," or "I need money," I want that. But you can't come home. Carry on with your shit. Remember, whatever you do, you gotta follow that shit through. Be consequence.
Of course. So you ended up going on the run then to Spain. And what charges were you running away from?
Attempted murder.
Fucking hell, serious charges. Did you have anyone in Spain there waiting for you?
I had somebody waiting for me, yeah. Like when I got to Spain, they lasted a couple of years, they got locked up and I was on my own.
Did you set yourself up from then?
I had to set myself up. Yeah, like, all I knew is linking down people and doing what I do from England. I had to do what I had to do to survive. I could come home. So I can't go to Britain and say, "Yo, you see me? I'm in a different country. I speak 5 languages right now and stuff. 5 languages. Like, that's what got me through to this day. But
And so where were you in Spain then?
this place I was is Malaga, Marbella. I got out the lorry, France, drove down to Malaga. I was there for about 4 or 5 years. Living that life, Costa del Sol. 90s, real shit.
Yeah, Costa del Crime in them times.
Real shit.
And so you obviously link up, made loads of links up there now, time.
Real good people, bro. There's situations like me. You know what I mean? Situations like me, we're deeper, we're not worse than what, we can relate to. You know what I mean? And that's where.
Do you end up flourishing there, making money and
Oh, it's some big money, bro. Different money we never even think about. Do you know what I mean? I never had my teenage years in England with my brothers. My teenage years was abroad. And that's something, it's you know what I mean? And
you get back there early. Most of the people go like their 30s, 40s, 50s, don't they? So,
like, from a baby straight into a man's boots. That's what, you know what I mean? I didn't work myself up. Baby straight into a man's boots. Some serious shit, you know what I mean?
And obviously I'm guessing you can't talk about the specifics obviously of stuff that you weren't getting caught for or to trouble. But you were out there, you had a good run out there, and did you move around Spain?
Yeah, a good run, bro. Good run. We lived the life. We lived the proper life, bro. It's like, it's nice, but at the same time, same thing, still got to recovery back. The shit you do it.
Yeah.
Same shit I'll do back in England. It's like, it's.
Were you staying out of trouble though, like in terms of the violence or anything like this? Were you not treading on anyone's toes, or if it was just straight business?
My team, the people I was working with, were in the whole little place. We were doing our thing, bro. You know what I mean? We're doing our thing. I won't say too much about that. You hear about in the book,
of course.
But you know.
And so, talk to me. Like, you ended up culminating. You ended up getting in trouble out in Spain. What was that for?
Well, it was quite a little shooting up from that out in Spain. People got licked out, and just sweep the whole circle. So this was an IB fund. Never had to try. Never no evidence on that, but I went to jail for that. 3 years. I got full of it, but that was all for that for attempted murder, kidnap, Tenerife. It's where Palm.
Yeah, fucking hell.
This was 15 years ago.
Yeah.
So tried to get me on a charge, an IB fund. Won't get me. I'm on an older charge. So far, I got my sentence. That's when I done 9 jails. 9 jails from IB fund. 1 year to Barcelona, Alicante, Lucia, Malaga, Granada, Cadiz, Porta 1, Porta 2, and a prison ball.
You've never even done prison in England, so your first experience with prison.
First jail was in Spain.
Fucking hell.
First, and some serious shit, bro.
And so talk to me, like, without going too much into it, was there dramas and troubles in there, fighting with other nationalities, or what kind of smooth sailing?
I'll tell you something, bro. You see abroad, it's the best jails you can go to. Your missus can come in there, you can pop your missus every month. Yeah? Good thing. I mean, you're out your souls.
There's no knock behind the door, is there?
There's no knock behind the door, no. You know what I mean? It's a serious place, bro. It's serious. You just know where to keep your place at. You'll recognize rules. So when I see you and know you, they're missing how to deal with you, you know what I mean?
And while you were out in Spain, at a certain point, you ended up having a big accident, didn't you? So talking about how that happened, what circumstances, steps, was this when you come out of jail now?
Just remember, karma's a bitch. Everything we do in life, yeah, you're not meant to do. That's gonna come back on me. 10 years, 20 years, whatever. I'm telling you that, boss. I'm telling you. Back on me. Something I must have done 15, 20 years ago. I'll take your man's things or whatever. It's come back on me, bro. That will happen, you understand? It's calm. All right. I said to him, I never walk again. The man does that with the shoot that happened. Didn't lick me. The way I landed, bossed me back and I broke my back.
What is this?
It's in Tenerife.
Tenerife. So things were fucking getting crazy out there then.
Man. Yeah.
So I thought even in Ibiza and Tenerife, there's still shootouts and madnesses and everyone trying to
Apart from that, then you got the Lebanese mafia, so them two are fighting.
So yeah, I've read up a lot about this. So,
Palmer's out the way now, but you're saying, so it's
so were you
different shit.
Were you with Palmer?
Good friend of mine, yeah. I won't say too much, but he's a very good friend of mine.
And so what were you? I know obviously it's he's been convicted. He was controlling the so-called timeshare. And so did you get involved in that while you were in Tenerife?
We worked with him.
And so you like I said, John was one of your good friends. Rest in peace to John, and he was good people.
Very good people, man. Very good heart.
Serious man.
But very good people, yes.
No, I'm telling my friend about on the way up here about that serious John.
Gentleman.
Fair play. And so so this was this the shooting to do with the Lebanese, you think, that were trying to
No. Something what I've done in my past time.
Karma come back.
Karma comes back, you know what I mean? But that's life. It's like doing truth for this shit, you know what I mean?
And so like, would you say that did you break your back in that to then so?
Broke my back here. Broke it 5 places and I had to walk again.
Fucking hell. So you must have been in the hospital for months after that then.
9 weeks in the hospital, 9 months on my back. Looking at that ceiling, bro. And your doctors come in and say, you'll never walk it, forget about it, man. Oh, no, I'm not taking it from you. Not taking that. And you know, strong mind. I've gone through traumas, I've gone through this shit. So if this happened, you know what I mean? So I fight it through that, man. Thanks to God. I got back on my feet again.
Yeah, of course. So you come out of the hospital after 9 months in a wheelchair. You must have been in a bad way then for them to hold you for that long, 9 months. Lucky to survive then. And so did you end up staying out in Spain, Tenerife, doing your rehabilitation out there?
It was 5 months. The family said to me, you know what? This is not happening. You need to go back to England to get yourself back on your feet again. Try. It's the last option. It's the last option. Last time. So I took that. I said, look, you know, I've got a charge when I go back home. Yeah, I've got a charge. I've got to face up to this.
Yeah.
Why is that? But that you stay in a wheelchair.
And so how old were you by this point? Because obviously you'd left England at 16 years old.
So this is like, I don't know what, 32?
32, so you'd been out of England for 16 years at that point.
Yeah.
You know, it's a long time.
Yeah. So we got a flight back to me and my mother got a flight back to Liverpool. So I got to Liverpool airport, and armed police at the bottom of the tin waiting. They took me straight into Walk prison. Straight down to London prison. Waited the charge was. What's the case? This was an old charge. So I'm drug related. Drugs related back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's done. So when your crime's been done, drugs related, it's something with drugs.
You're still in the wheelchair? So did you do the night?
Zimmer frame.
Zimmer frame, just start to fight it.
I went into the spinal clinic, serious spinal clinic for was it 6 months? They got me rails, work, they got doing dragging up. So that's I said, you know what? I'm gonna try this again.
And so what did you end up getting out of Zimmer frame then? And what did you end up going back out to Spain at certain
Went
points?
back to Ibiza again. Remember when I got locked up in Spain, I lost everything. We lost about 3.5 mil.
Fucking hell, what's that on the roads and that? Boat,
boat, the yard, cars, everything. So when they lock you now, when you got Interpol locking, they're taking everything. You understand? You're taking everything. Can't back what you're dealing with. You know what I mean? So I had to start over again.
So why not back to Tenerife then with John? Was John not out there at that point?
It's dead that. Tenerife's done.
Yeah.
Tenerife's done. John was back in England.
Yeah, the Canary Islands gone quiet.
Yeah. John was back in England now and it's all finished now.
Yeah, so you need to go back, get up and so it's Ibiza this time.
Yeah, it was Ibiza. We had the place, I got a bar over in Ibiza. Start to, you know what I mean? Yeah.
And so it's good times in Ibiza, get yourself back up.
Very good times, yeah. Got myself back up, bro. Got myself back up.
So how did you have it?
I was there for 3 years. About 3 years I've done there.
And so luckily no drama in that. So you know, no Ibiza and that was very competitive. Like I said, you've already had shootouts there in the past and stuff. So is it dangerous between different gangs and that? Is it England gangs fighting out there for territory?
You know, like Ibiza, bro. That's one place you got all the gangs in the whole world to one place to graft. Bandits going in from all around the world. This one did whole world. Colombia, Venezuela, America, every place to go one place. You've been there for years, you have a community. You understand? People are here for years. It's not like just watch them go. It's got that certain strong. You understand where I'm coming from? Like Yeah.
So you end up getting seriously connected. By the time you went back out there the second time, you were set. There was no drama and stuff like that. You've grown up as probably a bit yourself and slicker in your ways and that. And so what are you saying? You spent a few years out there. Do you have family and all this out there? Would you have kids?
I've got no kids. I've got no kids.
Yeah.
Think about it. Because I left when I was 16, bro, and I'm not running.
Yeah.
So that's in there, bro. That if I'm gonna have kids, I'd like to sit down with my kids and show them that way. I can't have any kids on the road, bro.
Yeah.
That can't happen. You need to sit down and guide and show you stuff. You understand? So this is the get locked up and get locked up again. It's just time on. So kids, my time after kids now. You understand?
Yeah, of course. Settle down from it all happens. And so you end up spending a few years out in Ibiza, all smooth runnings and that, and then at a certain point you've ended up catching a big sentence in England. How did that end up going around from where you're at now?
Yeah, we sent some work back. At the end of the summer, we sent some work back.
The leftovers.
Leftovers. Work that took me in my 12-year sentence.
How did you go wrong in that? So how did you send it back in a container of all like household goods? Or
left it back in the book. I can't say no more about it.
All right.
Yeah, we had work sent back, and we had the.
Well, you didn't think to bury it for the next summer. Wish you had.
Not this one here. But yeah, but it's you know what? It's like you only get so long on a run. Laughing. I think you selling jobs and doing all this thing. Good for so long.
Like a cat, yes. Life's gonna run out.
It's gonna happen. Whatever, it's gonna happen.
And fuck me, you sound like you'd had some love for everything that happened to you, with all the health and all this sort of stuff.
And it's gonna happen. And like you might kid yourself think it's not gonna happen. You fucking make it. It's gonna get the problem. Realise, you know what I mean? So
you've ended up coming back. The parcels, the leftovers, been passed, and then you've ended up
getting a 12-year sentence.
Getting a 12. Wow.
Okay. I mean, like. I said to myself, you know what? Don't win the don't.
Yeah.
Don't win, bro. Lost so much things. Lost fucking half my life. You get murdered. Fucking people come to murder me, to murder people. You know what I mean? It's some serious shit, bro.
So finally you learned the lesson from all the suffering and all the trauma you've been through. It's crazy. It's crazy shit, bro. It's like you said earlier at the start, for anyone who's thinking about going down this life, it's definitely not going to be no smooth ride. Your life's going to be a roller coaster. It's
going to be a real G to go through this. And wow, man, I tell you, that 30 of my doggies, bro. 2 of them, so like, tell you something, bro. 3 4 X, life that will coming out, some different shit for us. That's a lot of life's lost, bro. Do you want to understand? Yo, this life is not good. I get it off. Couple of years, yeah, I'm this, I'm that. Nah, get luck. Sure. Say no more. Leaving proof here, bro.
Yeah.
Leaving proof.
And talk to me about how long of the 12 did you end up having to do behind the door then?
6.
6. And obviously, like I said, you've done a little bit of time on remand where you busted have a charge, but the conditions, obviously doing the 6, very different from Spain. There's no women coming in to visit you. There's a lot of time behind the door.
I felt jail in England. I felt my first jail was in Spain. I thought, yo, this is this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I come to England, jail, bro. Yo, that's I felt it. I lost all my. I couldn't do nothing for a week. You know what I mean? I couldn't do that again, bro. At an age where I am now, I said, yo, I need to realise at this age. I don't want no kid to realise so far in life. You know what I mean?
And so, what do you end up doing behind bars? Do you end up educating yourself?
I could listen. I could have just about read. I couldn't spell.
You
understand? So I learned to spell, learned to read better. I'm at a business course. Wow, it's like day on, bro. Never look back.
So you actually used your time positively and learned some skills you never had before.
Skills that I never, you know what I mean? And I wish, God, I learned what I learned when I was a youth, bro. So I'm gonna have to go through this shit.
Yeah, of course. And so you know where you said you've been through enough, and that was it that straight away on that sentence, or were you fucking about to start with you trying to be involved with the drug thing in there?
I fucked up when I first. I had a long sentence. Everybody does.
Took you a couple of years to settle down.
Yeah, man. The first couple of years doing what I'm doing, you know what? I realised you know what, bro? Make the stuff straight, man. It's do it in, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when you got a big sentence, there's no time to fuck about, otherwise you're never going to come out from these ones.
Here you go, bro. Never come out. You do your license in there. You know what I mean? You're not coming out, bro. You're not coming out, bro. Everybody fucked about it first, bro.
And then put your head down. So, did you get moved around a lot of jails and that through the 6 years, or where you were quite the car one and that? Did they leave you be for a long period of time?
Done 5 jails. 5 jails in England. So I got moved around a bit.
And like you said, where you were on a calm one and that, didn't want to be involved in this and that, did you have quite a smooth time in there? You didn't have any problems with settling down? Or?
No problems. It's the end. You've got the end. It's the whole circle. It's like when you're in this life, bro. Prison. It's like on road. So we know on road. So your name's strong wherever you go. Manners of respect people's got for you. Understand?
Of course.
You know, manners of respect. So yeah, it was the hardest thing. Where you couldn't get out. You could do your thing. You couldn't have that freedom. You know what I mean? Some hard shit, man. Everyone said, expecting you to know, please don't go down the road, fam.
Yeah, of course. Did you work your way down to decap or anything?
Yeah, I got decap. Did it all proper, bro.
And did you write your book behind?
I wrote the book, yeah. Decap's when I started it.
No.
I said, you know what, bro? I have to show these people what my life's about. So yo, don't go down that fucking road, bro.
Of course. Fucking hell, the book I'm sure is going to be incredible. Like I said, if this is just touching on your journey, it's absolutely crazy what you've been through, isn't it? And like I said, the kids just don't rush to grow up, and there's no shortcuts in life, as you can see. It's a roller coaster, snakes a ladder once you
do not stop. It will happen to you. Sometimes you're not somebody murdering you. You're going, yo, I'll tell you from the second drugs and just, yo, you've got consequences and shit. You're not bad, man. You've got consequences and shit. There's always somebody bad in you. There's always somebody bigger than you. There's always somebody wanting your shit or wanting your space or your spot. You've got to fend for that thing.
I'd like to see what happened to your friend a couple of years ago, John Palmer. There's no one who's allegedly bigger than him, and look what happened to him, innit? They're like some government hit or something. Can't get up. They put it down as a fucking from operating. He had 6 holes in his chest.
You know what I mean? So
some mad conspiracy.
Anybody get kicked. You know,
100%.
Just rather just swerve that life than take it that road.
And so, like I said, you've been out now for 4 years and just about finished your 5 years.
5.5 years.
So fair play to yourself for being out for that amount of time. And you have actually. It's easy in jail to be like, yeah, I'm turning the leaf. I'm going to do when temptation come back around. You stayed out.
Hard work, man. It's hard work. Well, I had to stay away from certain people. I had to stay because you can't just stay away from people. It's just you want to go and do that. You want to.
And when you're with the people, the temptation too much.
I mean, one thing I had to do. When I used to make that bond me, you know, not making money like that I make. You know what I'm saying to you? I used to make fast money. And when you come out and you're not making that no more, you want to get back to that situation. That's the catch. That's where it catches you.
Trying to fight against everything that you've ingrained in you, innit? But like I say, that fast money came and went, innit, every time.
Faster you get it, faster it goes.
And so talk to me about what you've been up to then the last 5 years then. Obviously, got into any businesses or anything like that? Yes, we've been working.
Yeah, I've got my own company. I've got a few companies now. But, you know, so I've got a developing company. We're a sports academy. Yeah, I've got a few things. We're helping kids right now.
So what's the sport academy? Is it any sports you concentrate on?
AJ Sports Academy. So
shout out
to London, AJ Sport Academy Manchester, AJ Sport Academy Nottingham.
Fair play.
Now, my ambition now is to change kids of today to go through what I went through. That's some serious shit. So I look out for the kids. I see them. I got married ADHD. I got all that shit from back in the day. We never got. Didn't know about that too. That's that. Oh, I see the pain in each of us. Yo, come on, and I listen to that make and I say, yo, listen, I feel good for that. I feel so good. Sit down with that mentor. I mean, I've been there, done that. Listen to me. That gives me something good. I've been bad in my life. Shit I've done, I don't know what I've done. So I'm going to level it up. So you've got to do good. So I'm out with that right now. I'm going to level it up somehow. So I'm going to do great good right now. Shit I don't know what I've done. God, shit I've done. You see me?
That's so positive. Like you said, what you've been through and the journey you've been on, you can obviously influence the kids, and much more so than the most educated Cambridge or Oxford tutor, just by telling them the journey you've been on. And it's, like I said, there ain't no happy endings if you go and try to get at that bad path. It's just be prepared to lose everything you love and everything you had.
Wow. So that's the only life out there, bro. You're that bad when you're on the run. It's a fucking only life, man. I'll tell you that, bro. Real only life, fam. Real shit. You see that shit with my eyes, fam. Some serious shit. Just leave it, what can find out.
And so, like I said, the book's going to be out next couple of months, and so you can let us know. I can pick it up and let people know. But the people you need to follow Shabba on his social medias, on his Instagram, his face,
So I follow
and
up,
then you can follow exactly what's happening and when it's happening.
going on. Just realize, and then when the book comes out, please purchase the book. Realize what's going to be here in my life.
But guys, we've only touched on Shabba's story today. So, like I said, everything's going to be in the book. But when the book comes out, hopefully we can do a little part 2, give people some more.
Yeah.
So, anyone you want to give a shout out or anything like this to, Shabba?
You know what? Just for me to eat them know. No, this life is not possible. Saying that again, bro. I used to hear this when I was a youth. I'm telling you right now, as a man, I'm telling you, got to change, man. You got to find some other road to go down. That fucking road's not good, man. Trust me. Living proof for this shit, fam. Give me proof, man. But listen to me good.
Well, like I said, much appreciate the opportunity. It's been a pleasure coming up to meet you. And yeah, stay on path, doing positive stuff, and I take my hat off to you. And hopefully we can do more stuff down the line. I'm sure we will. So yeah, enough respect, Shabba. Thank you very much.